As you get into your chair, if you notice that the chair is a little bit high and your legs are sloping down, you could put a folded blanket or a cushion under your feet. If your chair's a little bit low and your knees are way up, you could slot a folded blanket under your bum. What we're looking for is more or less kind of the thighs parallel with the floor, like we could rest a little tray of mince pies. That was the pre-game chat today, mince pies at the Yoga Lovelies Club. Tray of mince pies on your thighs. That's about sort of the angle you want for your legs there. So make any adjustments you need to make and then come forward in your chair and see if you can sit up and practice good posture. If you have back issues, you're going to scoot your bum way back and so that you're against the back of the chair and then you have that nice bit of support. But it's always a good idea to practice good posture if you can, just kind of cultivating that awareness and the sort of the structural stability in the spine as just a good practice. So letting your eyes close. And once you let your eyes close now, just kind of sensing the soles of your feet. Maybe noticing they get a little warmer, perhaps, with your awareness. And then running your attention up your legs, just feeling the warmth of your palms resting on your thighs. Notice your pelvis. Notice if you're slumping back, which is very normal. Most of us do that at some point or another. Or if you're pushing forward, less common, but that's also just a habit of overly arching. See if you can find little bony spots. There's two bony spots either side of your bum, sitting bones. If you can kind of feel those dropping down, that's about neutral. And then allow your pelvis to get a bit heavier on the seat. Let your head gently float up. Allow the tops of your shoulders to soften. Often we normalize a little lift of the shoulders just from running around. So truly let your shoulders drop as your head floats up. And then begin to gently smooth out your breath, inhales and exhales. And as you become more aware of your breath now, just doing your best to slow the breath down without forcing it or pushing it, but indeed looking for just a slightly deeper inhale and a slightly longer exhale. So you're not immediately diving into a big deep breath. You're kind of easing gradually, moment to moment, into a breath pattern that feels just a little smoother and a little more spacious. And then adding to this nice smooth breath pattern you're cultivating, just a very simple counting exercise. So just thinking to yourself now quietly, inhaling for 4 counts, exhaling for 6 counts. So just going at your own pace, you have a little wiggle room because of course you can count a little faster, a little slower, but just kind of timing it so that you can really feel the out breath is a little longer than the in breath. And that's the point of the exercise. So a longer exhale is calming for the nervous system. So by sprinkling in our little inhale for 4, exhale for 6, it helps us find that longer exhale. So just try for the next few rounds. You might notice too that by adding a counting pattern, it just gives us something else to focus on in the present moment. And quite likely your mind is scampering all over the place to the past, to the future, perhaps thinking of mince pies or something else a lot more highly charged. Whatever it is, just treat those thoughts equally, whether it's a really big, intense thought or something kind of silly or mundane. Just notice the thought has pulled you away, and then as best you can, bringing yourself back. Here's into the body, into the breath, into your inhale for 4, exhale for 6. When you next exhale out, just make that the last one. Maybe you already wandered off of the counting pattern and return to a regular breath. And then simply take one more nice deep inhale and exhale. Place your palms together at your chest, bowing your head, looking in towards your center. And then let your hands drop down and let your eyes open. You can lean back for a moment if your back is a little tired, just taking a little mini rest. And then come back to upright, and let's move into the warm-up. So that nice little counting exercise, you can do at any point at your desk. You can close your eyes, just do 1 round, 3 rounds, or if you're sitting in your car, or just a nice thing to kind of center yourself. Okay, let's start with the arm circles. So inhale, sweeping your arms up, palms touch, look up. Exhale, big wide circle to the chest. And again. So we're in the business of modifying to suit our particular bodies in this particular moment. Touch, exhale, wide, wide, wide to the chest. So this is no different. If you can, you go back and up and feel a little more of a stretchy sensation across the chest. Touch, exhale, and you can feel that kind of twinkles on some lights across the arms and the upper body. If you have shoulder issues, you might be coming forward a little bit and maybe even not that high. So we're going to exhale, take a couple more. Inhale, so find your range of motion, whatever that is for now. Touch, you might only be able to do one arm because you've got a shoulder issue. So notice how many ways we can modify this and still, I hope, have a good time. 2 more, inhaling. Touch, exhale. So you're staying out of anything painful, but you might kind of move into a little bit of intensity there. One more time, inhaling. Touch, exhale, circle back to the chest. Let's go into our pelvic tilts now. So notice feet parallel and hip distance, hands on the knees. So you inhale, arch your pelvis, tip your pelvis forward to lift your chest, arch your back. Exhale, rolling it back. Keep going. So going again, modify what range of motion feels good. Inhale, arch forward, look up to however much that feels good. Exhale, monitor your own back. As you tilt back and round, you find your spot. Inhaling, so you need to be away from the back of the chair. Keep going to give you space to do this. Exhale as you round out. Feel that shape change in your back. 3 more. Inhale, make it super duper smooth. Chest up, shoulders back. Exhale, navel in as you roll the pelvis back. Last couple, inhaling up. Exhale. Such a good one for spinal mobility when it's done with awareness and nice and smoothly. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Round, round, round. And then coming up to upright and just roll your shoulders back and down. Let's take our little side bend now. So right hand, I'm mirroring you on the side of your chair. Left arm comes up. And again, if you have a shoulder issue, you're going to modify for that. Otherwise, you take your arm up over into your side bend, and I want you to feel the left side of your bum getting a bit heavier on the chair as you reach your left wrist up to the best of your ability. Right hand is getting a nice push into the chair to support you, and if you can, you bring the arm back and roll the palm down. So if you're modifying, the arm might need to be a little forward or even a little higher. So find now, as you kind of push into your right hand, find a little bit of opening, a little daylight down that left side seam, and drop your shoulders. Inhale, come through the center. Exhale, over to the other side. So anchor the right side of your bum, reach with that right wrist, palm rolls down, ribs roll up, and then drop your shoulders And then check your neck. So you're not jutting your chin, you're not pinning it, you've got a nice neutral neck here. One more on each side. Inhale, keep those legs in lines, there's no splaying. Left arm up and over. Just feel that nice side body stretch. One more time to the other side, inhaling up, exhale, over we go. Now you're going to inhale up to the top, interlace your fingers, push the ceiling away as best you can, and then exhale, pelvic tilts with the arms. You're going to flip that into a fist, roll your pelvis back and reach your arms forward at chest height and look down. And again, so we inhale, kind of ripple forward, push into your bum to lift up. Exhale, as you round back and draw your arms forward at chest height, you get that nice spread through your upper back. Just one more. Inhaling, reaching up. And then exhale, rounding out. Inhale, come back up to the top. Exhale, big wide circle to the chest. Hands behind you. Let's take a little back bend, a little chest opener now. So you're going to hold the chair, which could be the outside of the chair, and maybe there's a gap back there and your shoulders are okay with you reaching all the way to the seat back there, but that might not be possible with your chair or your shoulders. So figure out something to hold, doesn't matter what it is. And again, you're a little forward in your seat. And then start to lift your chest and draw your shoulders back and down. So often I'll say hold a pencil or carrot between your shoulder blades, but because of the British lovelies on the call, we're thinking of parsnips today. So draw your shoulder blades together and down the back, not roast parsnips, the big raw one, between your shoulder blades. So as you squeeze gently your shoulder blades down and move that parsnip down the back, I want you to think of lifting your chest up. So you're kind of pushing into your hands. Now hold this position, no cranking of the neck. Keep the neck soft. Now inhale and feel your breath expand through the chest. And then exhale, just kind of free will and enjoy. Lovely one for reversing the slumpies. And again, inhale, feel the chest expand with the breath. And exhale, just soften. One more nice deep breath. And then gently release. Now we're going to fold forward. So you're going to slowly walk your bum back in your chair to the back of the seat. Take your feet slightly wider than hip distance. And there's a train stop for everybody. No yoga lovely left behind. You're going to pick your spot. So the easiest is just hands on the knees if you're dealing with back issues. Gets a little bit deeper to drop forearms. And when you come forward like this, let's take all these variations and you stop when you need to. There's still not much pulling on the back, so you can stop here if you need to. Next little train stop would be taking a block or a stack of books and dropping your hands to something between you and the floor. And then the end of the line, which is certainly not necessary to visit in order to have fun in this pose, is hands down, head dropped. So if there's pressure in the head, it might be hands down, head a little lifted, fingertips, blocks. So you see the point, which is that you just pick your spot wherever it feels good. So tune into your body. And then wherever you end up, whether you're up at the top or way down or somewhere in the middle, the cues are the same. So everybody now feel the ball part of each foot pressing a little more firmly into the floor. Take a deep inhale. I want you to feel your back ribs expanding. And then as you exhale, let your bum get a bit heavier and just kind of melt forward into your stretch. And again, inhale into your back ribs. Wherever you are, exhale, melt into this. One more breath. Now, if you're all the way down, no sudden hoisting up, one hand on the knee, other hand on the knee, push your hands down and pull your belly in so you get a little arm support for the dismount. Move your block or your books if you had some. And then take your feet back to hip distance. Now we're going to get once more scoot our bums forward in the seat because we're going to take a twist and want a little bit of room behind us. So come to the front of the seat and set yourself up nice and evenly. Inhale, sweeping your arms up to the top. Exhale to the chest. So into our twist we go. So again, I'm mirroring you. So right hand either outside of the chair, or if your shoulder allows and your chair allows, you can hold the back of the chair, but that's optional. Now, before we go, notice this left hand and right knee are squeezing together to give us a little mindful leverage, not force, but just a bit of anchoring. Now, feel your bum, feel those sitting bones either side of your bum, make them even, grow tall through your spine, and then twist to the right. So as you head on in to this rotation of your spine, notice we all hit our kind of manageable maximum. Nothing painful or forceful, but you kind of hit a bit of resistance. Pause, take an inhale into your waist. And then as you exhale, think of narrowing your waist and you maybe go another little 0.5 millimeter into this. And again, inhale, think of breathing into front, back, and sides of your waist area. Exhale, draw your shoulders back a little as you ease into your twist. One more breath, and then gently, slowly release. Inhale, sweeping your arms up to the top. Exhale to the chest. Twisting to the left. Left hand behind you. Find seat, back of the seat or somewhere on the outside of the chair. Right hand and left knee, little lovingly squeezing into one another. And as you grow tall, so think of your pelvis as the plant pot of your spine. So it's tipped, your spine is tipped. Anchor down through both sides of your bum. Grow tall, and then off we go to the left. Mindfully meet your moment of resistance, which is to say, pay close attention as you twist and turn your head to where you can manageably go. Pause, take a deep inhale into your waist. Exhale, narrow your waist. Maybe there's another little 0.5 millimeter or whole millimeter, or perhaps you're good. You're stopping right where you are. And again, take an inhale into the waist. Exhale, just narrow your waist. Feel that gentle twist of the spine. One more breath, and then slowly release back to center. Inhale, sweeping your arms up. Palms touch. Exhale to your chest. 3 more pelvic tilts, and then we'll come up to standing. So hands on the knees. Inhale, arching your spine. Look up. Exhale, slowly, smoothly roll the pelvis back. And again, inhaling, lifting the chest. Exhale, looking for it to feel good. One more time. Make it as smooth as you can. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rounding out. And then coming up to upright and roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Just live it with your hands on your thighs now. Just take a couple of deep breaths in your seated position here, noticing how you feel after that simple warm-up. One more inhale, and exhale, letting your eyes open.